came on.
Okay.
We're live. We got 1 more minute till the show actually starts, but
yeah,
you can see us and hear us right now. And that 1 week when you had Led Zeppelin playing in the background, it janked us like, well, right away.
Yeah.
So you ain't playing Led Zeppelin in the background, are you? Is your radio on still?
Mine is. I'll turn it off, but it's so quiet. Okay. We're off.
Oh, we're up. We're live. We're on. We already got somebody give us a thumbs up. Oh, it was me. I gave myself a thumbs up.
Way to go, Johnny.
Wait, before we go any farther, you've gone too long without a theme. It's time. It's time of little joy.
85.
Two guys from Illinois.
No way.
Keep fate in their own hands and sent the show out to the land. Art's not gonna get in here. Music plays for your good cheer. Think you're ready, stand and grab a beer. Come on and watch the Phil and John show. Phil and John show. They're showing up and there's nowhere to go. Well, Phil and John show. Phil and John show. They're playing so hot that it's melting the snow. Yeah, Phil and John show. Phil and John show. Don't know where this will go. Phil and John show.
That could get no better.
I mean, really, I haven't seen the full version, John. Hello.
Oh, it's so
Time,
good.
and that is so good.
That would be a good show to just put on as a rerun. If we have to do reruns, that was a great night because he made us laugh so hard. And we all quit that night. Everybody quit, but him, I think. That was a good show. Folks, week 85, Friday, December 3rd, 2021. Man, it's getting late in the year. I mulched my leaves today. I know that means it's almost Christmas time, but it's not yet. So welcome to the Phil and Jon Zone, number 85. Phil, how are you, buddy?
I am fantastic, John. Yes, I did my leaves too, and it was a beautiful day.
What did you do with your leaves? Did you mulch them or did you?
No, City of Aurora free leaf pickup. You got to bag it.
Yeah. That's real nice.
And I have a mulcher and mulch in a bag. Yeah. He had 9 bags this week. So
that's not bad. If we were to bag, so we have big trees here, and if we were to bag our leaves, it'd be about 125 bags. So I just mow them. I just run the mower over them and mulch them back into the ground. I think that's the best thing you can do for your lawn anyway. The leaves fall on the ground. They're supposed to be, So you take those leaves. I mulch them in like basically dust over the grass, and then they just decompose into the grass and feed the grass. It's genius.
Do you have grass in the summer?
I have grass all summer. Yeah.
Okay. I know you're supposed to have some, but some,
No, I have grass all the time, pretty much. Have you ever watched our show? There's grass.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
First was John Griffin. Second was Jeffrey Blackmon. And third was Eason Bishop. How you doing out there, Eason? Good to see you out there still logging in, bud. And Jeffrey Blackmon, it's always good to see you, my friend. The
California Kid and Wounded Leg. Kid
and Long John Silver, we might call him tonight. And Long John Silver being one of those opposite nicknames they call him. They didn't want to call him Tiny because it wouldn't work. But yeah,
what are you guys doing? Here, have a sip with Uncle Phil. Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh, I'm doing great. Let's hear cheers. I got some fresh H2O tonight.
We're drinking water.
I just figured it'd be a good idea to drink some water this week. I went out to a show last week. Saw Cluster Pluck on Saturday night.
Oh,
I told you about this because we haven't talked since then. Went out to my first bar setting. So I went to the Castle 2 weeks ago and saw Todd Snyder. That was a great show. And they were really strict about everything. You had to have your vaccination. You had to have a mask, things like that. They were just trying to be wise. Then I went to the bar last week, and there wasn't a single mask in anybody's pocket at that place, I don't think. And it was, it was people, we knew the people that were there. We kind of hung out in the back. We drank a few beers. We had a good time. Had some cheese bread. The band was awesome. Cluster Pluck's they're badass. They're evolving into kind of more of a country rock band, alternative country sort of thing that they do with all their Cluster Pluck material. I think every time you go see Cluster Pluck, it's a different show. Hey, Tom Mitchell, what's up there, buddy? Good to see you in the show. Good to see you in the field out there, Tom.
Hello, Tom. Happy Friday.
We're brought to you tonight by Randy Quaid. Everybody loves a little Randy Quaid. Rub some Randy Quaid on your back today. It'll make you feel better. I like Randy Quaid. I think he's pretty cool. Somebody said I
Yep,
look like him
very
today.
cool. Very cool.
Again, it was just the hat, the bandana, the that picture. It's definitely not me, but it could be me. You know, that could be me.
I just saw the movie with him, National Lampoon's one of the vacations.
Every vacation has Randy Quaid in it.
Yeah, that's true.
He's
Chester.
cousin Eddie, Eternal. Oh, Jeffrey Blackmon's riding his bike. Well, eyes on the road, Jeffrey. Eyes on the road, buddy. If you're out riding your bike tonight, make sure you have your seatbelt on and you've taken your medicine.
Yeah, that castle was a trip. I want an update and new pictures that you showed us.
Yeah, that castle was cool. I wasn't that. I wish I could have been at that party for sure. Hey, Chester Berry, what's up there, partner?
Say hey, John.
Hey, Chester.
Say hey.
Bud. Scooby says hi. He's
You're
got the window open today. He's sitting in the screen. He feels really good.
All right. Give me a kiss and go away. Go away.
Weather report. Hey, what about the weather? Hey,
it's nice here, but it gets dark so quick.
Oh, that's Cupertino. My weather takes me to Cupertino, Santa Clara, California.
Well,
I think that's where they made.
That's where your mind's at, but not you're physically at.
Oh, I'm physically. I don't know where I am, to be honest.
You're in that painting. It looks like San Diego with the yellow and the bronze and the red. From this perspective, it looks like a San Diego Tijuana sunset.
Okay, so if it's 59 here in Decatur, Illinois, so we have
59. When you're south, man, you're 3 hours south, man. It's not that warm here.
It's beautiful here. It is absolutely beautiful. The sun is shining, and it's just nice out. Me and Scooby went out without a jacket on today, and we went to the. And they said the wind's going to blow, and the rain's going to fall, and the snow's going to snow, and the sun's going to shine, and the night's going to be dark, and then at night there's going to be stars sometimes, and sometimes there's going to be clouds.
Oh
sometimes
yeah, you're
not going to be clouds. That's my weather report.
Yeah, you're reading lyrics to some bluegrass song.
It's either going to be hot, cold, medium size, or regular. But truth be told, man,
the truth be told, it is beautiful. If it was cold here, and I like the outdoors, it's good. I like when it's cold. I rather have it cold than a trillion degrees. But anyway, yeah, it's weather beautiful. It's interesting because we're not far from a big river, the Fox River, and it's winter time and.
Let me ask you about that Fox River. You usually live pretty close to it. Do you ever go out hiking or go down there and hang out by the bank and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Can you walk there from your house?
Yeah, it'll take about, 15 minutes?
Easier to drive there, apparently. Yeah.
Yeah, I take Chester there. Not all the time, but yeah. The geese and the waterfowl, and I've had friends take pictures of some wild that do a stop, coming from Canada or vice versa or whatever. So I see a lot of formations of the geese and waterfowl flying south here. I mean, you're talking groups of.
Keep going, sir. I just was going to share a couple places because I want people to smile tonight. I want people out there that are having a weird time to smile. And I think everybody should have a good time and do what we do to have fun.
You know what I love? When it turns December, and one of my favorite drinks. It's like certain foods you only eat once a year, but you could eat it any time if you really wanted to, but you forget about it and you have it. Is eggnog and brandy on the rocks. Yes.
Oh man, eggnog is good. And every year I'm like, am I gonna like this? Am I gonna hate it? What is I don't remember what eggnog tastes like till you get that first sip of it, and you're like, oh, I think I love this, and then it's. With brandy, that adds a lot to it. Oh,
yes.
I remember the parents giving us eggnog and being all
with a little nutmeg on it and cinnamon.
Nutmeg and cinnamon, huh?
And delicious. Delicious.
1985. 85 years since we started this show, it feels like. 85 years. Oh, that last year was 85 years long, wasn't it, Phil? But I've changed my ways. In the last year, I have stopped doing some things I don't like to do and started doing things I do like to do. And that's how everybody should do. What they should do. Just go out their day and something you don't like, stop it, and something you like, keep going. And don't forget to believe in yourself. Because if you sit there and wonder if it's going to be okay, or if you ask online if it was all right, or if somebody says it doesn't shine nearly as well as if you just show it to somebody. And that's it. That's my advice for the night, folks.
And that's John Olstein.
We should do 5 records. We always do that about right now. 5 records. If you want this $5 bill, you gotta have a pretty good joke. 5 records tonight. I have a theme tonight because it's been one hell of a day for me.
Okay, I got a theme too.
Our themes will probably be completely different. I'm sure they will, but just trying to reassure people that where we're moving the John Hartford Festival to is going to be okay, and it's still going to be a good time. And all I do is draw the pictures, folks. So my first album is this great John Hartford, Pat Burton, and Benny Martin album. It's called Slumber on the Cumberland. And these albums are really great. He drew all these images, like all the writing. John Hartford made all that. Really? He wrote their names like that. You know, he outlined all the stuff. And in the back of it has liner notes that are all the photographs. But then in between the photographs, there's liner notes are all written in his handwriting. Pretty amazing history. And this is actually a really good album too. If you like John Hartford, or if you don't like John Hartford, check him. If you don't like John Hartford, I don't know who you are. Honestly, you ain't listened to him probably.
We'll see you, everybody, at the new location.
Yep, Slumber at the Cumberland. Yep. So that's my big favorite John Hartford album. So you go, buddy.
You know what? It's going to become extinct, like a lot of things in the world. Is pens and no one's going to write anymore. So anything writable is going to be cool. Probably shown it. My theme, you have to figure it out. It's Joan Baez. Love the candles. I love her smile, and it's called Noel. Love the album, and
somebody's getting excited about Christmas. Now my second album is also by John Hartford. I love this image of him. The album's called Nobody Knows What You Do. And what he says in the song, he says, nobody knows what you do. When you're alone, it's just you. Nobody knows what you do. And I think that's kind of a good point to think about. People worry a lot about what they think other people think of them. You know, but that's just what John says. Nobody knows what you do. But this image of him is in the wheelhouse of a big boat. A big boat. Look how tall the ceiling is in that boat. Okay, that's the wheelhouse. He's got a stove in there. There's the big wheel. He's playing fiddle. Unless that's his house. I don't know. That's freaking awesome though. But I don't know. I like that image. And nobody knows what you do. When you're alone, it's just you. And again, on the back, all handwritten liner notes by him with drawings, also by him, of riverboats and the like. You know, and the photographs of him. You know, John Hartford, very important to me, man. He's quite the stellar individual. And the photograph on the back is the same photograph as on the front without him in the picture. It's kind of cool. Anyway, John Hartford. Nobody knows what you do. Just fucking do it. And Phil, it's cold up by Phil's house. He said it's definitely not as warm as it is down here. It's so cold that he just keeps it frizzing up. He's a frizzing up his screen. And if he keeps a frizzing up his screen, what will we do with Phil? He may disappear for a minute. We'll come back to him. We need a technical difficulties screen. That's what we need. That'd be fun. It said Phil's face froze in there. It said, sorry folks, we're having technical difficulties. We'll return in a moment. That's part of the show, I think. You should drink every time Phil freezes the screen. Cheers. Let me get some water. Call your friends. Tell them about our show. Just like that, you know, dead air. Let's talk about my friend Howard Weinstein here from Chicago. It's a tie-dye t-shirt. Howard is amazing. I had somebody at the festival at John Hartford last year at the Pickin' Circle. Was having too good of a time, and she made me move because she couldn't look at my shirt anymore. I was like, it's a good shirt. It gets to be that psychedelic. And festival friends. Scooby, what happened to the guy on the other end of the show? The check's in the mail. Happy Friday. Yeah, the check's in the mail. I like the check being in the mail. Wow, we got more viewers when we weren't here. Man, that's something else. I tell you what, the people are checking in like, where'd they go, man? He's not here. Maybe John's going to paint. I should paint tonight. I don't know what's going to happen. So I just carry the show on after this and paint. Man, if he doesn't hurry up, he's going to miss 420. I'm going to drink some water. This is the water drinking portion of the show. This is the water pouring song. If you know who said that in 1992, put your guess for who said, quote, this is the water pouring song during an instrumental between songs when a band was playing in 1992. If you guess the band who said this is a water pouring song, I'll give you a high five and some stickers. And he also said, man, what did he say? He said, I got a new tattoo, so don't touch my leg, in the same recording. So the two clues for tonight's quiz are, I got a new tattoo, don't touch my leg, and this is the water pouring song. So if you know who said that, put your guess over there in the answer, or just make a guess, and maybe you'll be right. It was 1992. I mean, you can kind of guess the genre, perhaps. Live recording, and it was in another country, Utrecht, actually, in Amsterdam. And the band's name was, I don't know, but the lead singer says, this is the water pouring song. And for some reason, it's always stuck in my head, that part of the album. And I listened to that bootleg over and over and over again. And it was one of my favorite bands in 1992. What was your favorite band in 1992, Phil? Oh, that's right. Phil's not here. Phil's taking his equipment upstairs and trying to figure out how to set up there, probably. I bet he's upstairs now. Let's see if he's upstairs. Here he comes.
No, I'm not upstairs. I tried it one more time down here. I don't think it matters.
I don't know if it's just, it doesn't matter. Are you okay?
But we're on 20 minutes, a half hour before nothing happens, and it just happened.
I know. I had I'm giving them a little quiz and nobody's answering. That nobody knows who said this is the water pouring song in 1992. It's a famous bootleg album, a live recording of a band.
Jason Pollock.
Might have been Jason Pollock, yeah, or it could have been Paulie Picasso. What's your next record, buddy? You feel like doing more records, or are you over this shit? Oh, you showed that last week, dude. Last fucking week you showed that album.
No, I didn't. That was Sons. No, okay.
Okay, the question of the day is, who said this is the water pouring song?
I don't know. I'm terrible with that. Okay,
it's all right. You don't have to know. You don't win. So it's easier to lose.
All right. Did I show that one last week? All right. Okay.
Maybe.
I'm gonna cross it off. Okay.
Don't put a cross on it.
I just did. Big Sharpie right across the cover.
Oh, your Bing Crosby record's ruined.
Now it's Black Christmas with the black Sharpie.
Hey, let's not bring race.
All right, you're up.
Okay, my next album is it's called All in the Name of Love. Guess who it's by? John Hartford. Another image of him with the steamboat, but this time in the back with the paddle wheel.
Oh, John Hartford. Oh.
Sitting in the back by the paddle wheel. I don't know. He's a happy dude, man. That might be a good one to paint there. That's a good image. All in the Name of Love is the name of the album. Amanda Peel wins. She knew the name of the band. Again, John's drawings and handwriting. I mean, these are almost collector items just for that. Just for that artwork that he put into everything, you know. All in the Name of Love, John Hartford. And there's a cool picture of everybody who performed on the album. And we probably had, like, out of this whole group, we had like 60% of these people have been to John Hartford Festival and played before us, you know, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of musicians doodled. Watched a documentary recently about Miles Davis, and in the later years, like doodling. When you write songs, you doodle. If you can't think of the lyrics, I'm not a musical writer, but you doodle, and that little doodle probably is. The picture is probably a lot of lyrics just in the picture alone.
The cool thing about most of my John Hartford albums is I bought them from Katie Hartford. Oh, really?
Yeah, I get to meet
his daughter sells some of his old merchandise and his old records and things like that. And so most of my John Hartford records I've actually bought from her.
Right on.
The record stores around here, they don't carry John Hartford. I asked them where if they had John Hartford, and they were like, maybe in that country section. It was a bunch of busted up crap, you know.
Sure.
But yeah, so John Hartford, if you got cool John Hartford records, I need a steam-powered aeroplane. I need a copy of that pretty soon, so somebody got to have one of those. No, Amanda Peele knew that who the person who said this is the water pouring song was Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam.
Oh,
Why that was in my head.
nice one, Amanda. Nice one.
I was drinking water and pouring water, so I think about them when I drink water.
Cheers.
Eddie Vedder, quite the writer, quite the songwriter and musician and performer. Okay, you're up. I'm sensing a theme here. It's either Christmas albums or albums you showed last week. It's a double theme. You have a double theme going tonight.
You know what? You know what? You know what, John? I showed it last Christmas. It was a year ago. You're losing your mind.
Probably right. I've showed all these records before anyway, so yeah, Merry Christmas, man. 420.
Reindeer. All right.
It's 420. I lost my joint. What the fuck?
You shouldn't smoke.
Maybe I told you to light it again. Oh, there it is. It's right by the lighter. It's 420, folks, and I don't want to give the whole speech tonight.
Yeah.
But, hey, man, we're from Illinois. We like jazz music.
We're from Illinois.
We're artists. We're creative souls and minds and spirits, and we have always probably smoked pot since we were little kids. And it still hasn't had the effects on us they said it would have at the very beginning of the whole experience. So I'm waiting for those effects to start. I mean, I get hungry.
That is such a wrong statement. I didn't start smoking pot until I met you, 85 weeks ago.
You are such a liar. You are such a liar. I bet you saw it when you were a kid. I saw it I saw it in 6th grade. First time I saw somebody with a joint. And a kid brought a joint to school, my friend Ryan, and he was going to go smoke it, and I was too scared to go smoke it with him. So I didn't actually smoke until later, a few years later. But in 6th grade, somebody had a joint at school, so what are you going to do? So Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, good choice, good choice.
Okay.
My next album is by another surprisingly good artist that I appreciate so much. His name is John Hartford. And this one's called Housing Project. And this one's cool. It's got a horn section and like a Mexican band playing behind him sometimes. And he does some of the songs on the other albums, but he does them with a different backing band. It's genius.
It's a Hartford album?
Yep, it's called Housing Project.
And it's a cutout because people didn't know it.
Yeah. It's a cutout. They
I can't believe
think
albums
about how
that
many
I have.
Well, think about how many good albums just weren't being paid attention to because there were bands like Pearl Jam and there were other things that were happening.
Sure.
And the year this came out, 1966. I mean, bluegrass was there, but it wasn't hopping, really at that point. I don't think. Maybe it was in certain circles. Did not draw on the back of this one, just photographs and typewriting. So I think maybe this is 1966. It's a little bit earlier, which is ironic because if you look at this one, 1966, and this one is definitely like in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just getting better with his artwork. He was getting a little more control over his production, I think. What does he say? This guy's a heck of a writer. I think this is all poetry on the back of here. Someone told me a long time ago, don't go over there and look at that, or even listen to it from over here. It will only confuse you. And it was then I realized how badly I needed to be confused, because I found myself confused, wondering why I shouldn't be confused. I mean, dude writes very well. So John Hartford, again, this is a album called Housing Project.
Are you going to John Hartford this year or next year?
Man, I can't wait.
Okay. I'm going too.
Category Stomp and the girl with the long brown hair and I'm Still Here is on this album. My Face is a great album.
3 stages?
At least.
At least, okay.
There might be 4 or 5 stages.
Wow.
There's going to be a stage called the Back in the Day stage. There's going to be a boogie stage. There's going to be a main stage and then a secondary main stage in the main field. There's going to be little pavilions all over the grounds that have electricity in them that will be picking circles and party spots. One quarter of the map it's probably 4 or 5 times the size of Bean Blossom. It's going to be a lot bigger place.
Is there trees?
There's tons of trees and there's trails because it's a motorcycle park. So there's trails through all the trees everywhere. There's going to be golf carts. You can bring your own golf cart. You can bring your own motorcycle if you want to, but you have to pay a fee to bring your own vehicle that you're going to play with while you're there. And we're not going to have motorcycles revving their shit by the stages. I mean, it's actually going to be a whole new experience. And so
it's going to be Altamont.
It's going to be Faltamont.
Altamont.
God, let's hope not. Jeez, Manelli.
No.
Everybody brings a weapon to a bluegrass festival. They got a problem, man.
What if they want to shoot pool?
If they want to shoot pool,
they need their pool stick.
They will need a pool stick, yeah. Which you would consider a weapon because you're from the city. What are you from the city? You're a city kid. Okay, you're up.
Okay. Sorry
you're
about
up
that.
4 or 5, yeah. Nice.
Just,
I love that artist.
mm-hmm.
You know, Keith Haring might have been one of the simplest artists of all time. He was so prolific. Is that one got? Do they know it's Christmas time?
Yes.
And Bono's on there, and I think everybody from George Michael to Stevie Wonder to Bob Geldof to it was about the weird.
You know what, John? No, they do not. Not on this one. That's what I thought. When you said that, I go, yeah, but it's not on this one.
That might have been Live Aid or one of those.
Yeah, it was Live Aid. It's not on this one. This has got Pointer Sisters, Run DMC, U2, Madonna, Bob Seger, Bryan Adams.
Christmas in Hollis, dude.
What?
The song Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC.
Christmas in, yeah.
Hollis, yeah. That's my
Side 2 top, yeah, Christmas.
My second favorite Christmas song of all time.
It's on here, yeah.
My favorite Christmas song is Blue Xmas by Miles Davis. I think it's Miles Davis.
I saw the Miles Davis thing. It was pretty, I kind of knew his story. A lot of Chicago influences, a lot of, what was I going to say? You confused me now. What were we talking about?
Talking about Christmas albums and Miles Davis.
Oh, some of the greatest stuff. I like Aretha Kidd, Santa Baby, but maybe it's called. But Bing Crosby, maybe Frank. I don't know. Older version. I'm older, but I like some of that. There's certain songs that just sparkle.
Christmas songs are fun. I like Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the old Christmas songs had orchestras. 50-piece band back in the lady or gentleman singer. Beautiful stuff.
On all those albums I just showed, going backwards, the first few albums are like very traditional bluegrassy, newgrass style music. And the last album, he has a horn section, like almost a mariachi band playing with him. That's my next album, my last album.
Okay, you got one more.
This album, which is Dylan Hartford Dillard, which is the Dillards, which was the band from the Andy Griffith Show. Okay.
Mm-hmm. They were at Hartford.
They've been to Hartford a few times. They're good people, and we met them. So you kind of think because they come from the Andy Griffith and the old school stuff that it would be more really traditional bluegrass music. But this has got like electric guitars on it and like wailing guitar solos.
Wow.
It's so different and so weird. Hartford just tried everything. He was like, "Fuck, I'll try that. I'll do a waltz. We'll throw an electric guitar. We'll do a reggae song. We'll do a Janis Joplin song. We'll do." And he was just all over the place. And then we'll all write 75 to 80 songs that are just great songs. I mean, John Hartford, folks. I can't say enough good about him. And I can't say enough positive about the Hartford Festival that we're going to do next year. The original crew's throwing it at Lawrence County. Come out there. We're going to freaking have a blast. All right? We're going to pick. We're going to dance. We're going to take off our shoes, maybe, if it's nice. Might get a sunburn. I don't know. It's going to be awesome. We won't melt, though. I know that. And the back of this, they just, they were saving the budget. They just went to the mall and took pictures in the photo booth for the back of the album, which is even cooler. So the two Dillards and John Hartford. Great album. Don't Come Rollin'. There's a song for you. Don't Come Rollin'. Okay, so that's my 5 albums. What's your 5th album there, buddy? Let's see if you got 18.
Fifth one. We're going to go with a classic. Everybody knows that.
Floyd Kramer.
It's just a family of... It's funny, the collection of Christmas albums, which I like collecting, in the funny photos on the covers. It's just I Wish You a Merry Christmas, Floyd Kramer. So just a goofy, nothing to do, just more of
I love it.
Just something goofy for the holiday of
Folks, that's 5 records for tonight. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah, I like that sound. Yeah, I like that sound, man.
That's Miles Davis, Blue Xmas.
Yeah.
That's the way you see it when you're feeling blue. Blue Xmas.
When you're blue at Christmas time, you see right through all the waste, all the sham, all the haste, and plain old bad taste.
Yeah. So that's Miles Davis, Blue Xmas. That's one of that's my all-time favorite Christmas song. And it really, because it says that Christmas kind of sucks. I mean, we love Christmas, right? We love Christmas. But there's a part of Christmas that's like, the run out and shopping and the money and the
that sucks.
extravagance, and I got to have this and I got to have that just kind of kills the whole idea of Christmas, honestly. I love giving people stuff, and I love giving presents and getting presents, of course. But the part of it that where everybody, and like last week was a good example of that. Like, okay, because you got Black Friday, right? Everybody, hurry up, go shop at these stores today because it's Christmas and it's Black Friday. You're going to save their asses. And when it's Small Business Saturday, we're go shop at the small businesses today because it's Small Business Saturday, and and then you had Giving Tuesday, all these things, Cyber Monday, but it shouldn't be any kind of unbalanced part of the year. You should just shop at those places all year,
Well, I look at it a different way. I think of it as kind of decorating lights, festive in the neighborhood, seeing friends, going to festival things, making it more comfy and cozy, cooking, and I don't know, that kind of thing.
Those are the good parts. Those are the good parts. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Run into Walmart on Friday or whatever. That's not great. Hey, no, Sean Shield getting back to me. You can do 12/17. Otherwise, I'm not sweet.
What day is today? 12. What was
12/2.
Yeah, 12/2/02/01.
12/3. 12/3. I can't read a calendar apparently. But so that's the section of our show we call 5 albums. I play the outro music, I guess. I play the Blue Xmas outro, but there's Matt Robinson out there. I wonder how Matt Robinson's doing. He's not checking in, but he's I saw him just like something. I like Matt Robinson. He's in love with that.
Hey Matt, yeah, I was just going to talk about this festival. I talked to Matt today. Shoe Fest is having a holiday jam in Chicago at Martyrs next Friday. It's going to be unbelievable. We're going to have Chicago Farmer will be there, members of Family Groove, Old Shoe, Sunbeard, Cornmeal, Backyard Tire Fire, Strange Arrangement, Terrapin Flyer, Miles Over Mountains, Under the Willow, Cream Puff Warriors, and Midnight Canyon. And Phil Strohs will be there with some album artwork too.
Not to mention any band that John Reed's ever played drums for.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like probably 4 or 5. Unbelievable. Yeah. Just not the band, but people in the band. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Fantastic. Next Friday, I'll see you there. Show I Can't Make Out by Me. John did the artwork for. The Leadfoot Band with Pete Jive and OG Acoustic at the Brower House in Lombard. Check that out if you can.
I like that John Griffin guy. He can draw pictures real good.
Yes, he can. Another show coming up in the city. I will be there too.
That's a nice looking card you got there.
Yeah, another piece of my buddy John.
Totally
Rumpke with Miles Over Mountains at Bourbon on Division, December 18th. Check it out. Rumpke. Nice little place. See you there, Steve Gutierrez. And have some album art there too. But great lineup with Rumpke and Miles and John Griffin artwork.
I don't know if Matt announced it yet, but they're doing a snowshoe coming up too.
Yes, they are.
Seen that yet?
Yes, at the Chop Shop again.
I bet you haven't seen artwork for it yet, have you?
Have I seen the artwork?
Yeah.
Are you supposed to show it? Is there bands with it?
This one doesn't have bands. This one just has a date.
Okay.
I'll show you.
I didn't see any. I mean, you could do what you know.
So it's this new thing I've learned about called the Baragazzi, who's Baragazzi, something like that. He's kind of a mutated version of the Yeti, and they know about it up in Wisconsin, and he's really cool because he's super cool, man. Actually, I can't get over how cool he is. I'm trying to find their image of him, but he's an old man with giant feet, and he skis around on his feet. Okay? You've got to see it to believe it. So here's another drawing I did of him. If you want to see another drawing I did of the Barbagazzi.
Yes.
The Barbagazzi, that's what his name is. So this is for an upcoming beer label that's going to happen, a beer out of Wisconsin. So I did 2 images of the Barbagazzi this week. I learned about him like a week ago. It's pretty cool, and I made him naked. Here, you see his little butt sticking out there. I think that's hilarious. Kind of got a little bit of the idea from about 100 different places in my childhood. But
What town in Wisconsin, John? Do you remember?
the town of Wisconsin for what? Oh, where they have the Barbagazzi? I don't know. It's a Bigfoot thing. So any place where there's woods, probably. We probably drove past there, dude. Probably Eau Claire. He's Bigfoot's cousin. So it's like anywhere that there's going to be a, hey, Matt Robinson says, thank you for the love, guys. Miss you both. That's what Matt Robinson says. Yeah,
All right.
that's right, man.
Hey, Matt. Happy Friday, buddy. I'll see you next Friday.
I told him 2 minutes.
Try to make the chop shop, John.
I wish Chicago was closer. I wish everybody in Chicago would understand how far away it is from me.
I mean, it's an hour and 20 minutes. It's an hour and 20 minutes for me.
Yeah, it's a 3.5 hour.
It's not close, man. I'm out in the burbs. It's the traffic is just.
I can't leave a show with 3.5 hours to get home. That's too long. I mean, I can do it, but it sucks. And I could go stay with my friends. I got you. I got friends in town to stay with. Hell, even Jake had offered to put me up recently.
Yeah. Shows like that, there's always a designated driver. Someone's sober. A lot of people don't drink. So the group,
Listen, I don't even drink. So you want to take me to a show? I'll get you home, man.
Yeah. On the way home, when you leave at 1 o'clock from the city, we're home in less than an hour. But to get there,
I'll have like 1 beer. Like at the castle, I drank 1 beer.
No, you'll have 2.
I drank 1. I drank 1.
I understand. But anyway, yeah.
Fight about it. You can go all night.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mike Lynch tuned in, and there's Curtis Robinson. Curtis K. Hopefully see you Friday, he says. Yeah, heck yeah. And there's Mace Hathaway. Wow, we got some people tuning in tonight.
Hey, Mace.
Man Appeal, by the way, you won because you knew it was Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam who said, this is the water pouring song.
Kurt, you going Friday, maybe? Kurt said he's going Friday, maybe?
Just hopefully see you Friday, so that means Kurt's trying to get there for sure,
that's a hell of a lot of great musicians in one little...
Man, something I noticed today was that Kurt's recordings are good.
Very good.
The quality, Kurt, is delicious. He's getting over surgery. I forgot Kurt was going to have surgery on his back.
Who?
He's fine.
Yeah.
This morning, things were looking bad. Seemed like total silence was the only.
I get a 1-minute break. Hold on.
Festival of oatmeal stared me down and won. It was 12 o'clock before I realized I was having no fun. But fortunately, I have the key to escape reality, and you may see me tonight with an illegal smile. It don't cost very much, but it'll last a long while. Won't you please tell the man I didn't kill anyone? No, I'm just trying to have me some fun.
Tell you what, folks, I love John Prine. I love Chicago Farmer.
It was getting thin.
And we went to see Todd Snyder last week. And something that was cool seeing Todd last week, he told stories. He was kind of quiet when he was singing the songs, but he told stories about the songs. And he made me cry twice, I think, man. The first song he sings is about his friend Jeff Austin, who's gone from us 2 or 3 years ago now. And the story Todd told about Jeff was kind of sad. And then everybody knows the song called "Play a Train Song" by Todd Snyder. You heard that song before? "Play a Train Song." Cody sings it.
Probably. Yeah, I'm terrible.
The song talks about like this really great guy that would always yell "Play a train song," and so Todd wrote a song about it, and then at the end of the song, he sings about they found him dead in his apartment. Basically, the guy had died in his sleep, and Todd told the story last week that it was him who actually found him.
Really?
Him who found the guy? Yeah, that had walked in the story, and and he also told this great story about a guy named it was about him and John Prine driving around a car, and how they discovered this musician Dan Reeder. Now, if you never heard of Dan Reeder, he's a musician. He's a hoot, man. He's got a song called "I Got All the Fucking Work I Need." I got all the fucking work I need. I mean, it just makes you feel good, right? So I guess apparently this guy had come up to John Prine after the show and had given John Prine a CD. And Todd said, basically, like, a lot of times people get CDs handed to them, they just throw them CDs out, but John Prine got in the car and he put that CD in the music player right away to see what it was like. And the first song that came on was a song called "Food and Pussy." Now you got to imagine, this is John Prine and Todd Snyder, and they're driving home from a show, and this is the lyrics.
What do you want? I want food and pussy. How come? It's just the way God made me. Is it alright? I guess it must be okay. Who bop 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 shang lang lang lang.
So he hears that, and John Prine decides, basically, he's like, man, this is cool. And on that chorus alone, what do I want? Food and pussy. Why do I want it? That's the way God made me. Cham bam, luma ding dong, or whatever. He decided to just get a hold of that dude and basically release this album by Dan Reeder. So you gotta check out Dan Reeder, man. This is their song.
I got all the fucking work I need. I got all the fucking work I need.
That's it, man. It's so simple but so good. And be brave. There again, that's why I said at the beginning of the show, if you made it, be proud of it and show it to somebody. And don't ask them if it's okay, just say you made it. Because when you ask them if it's okay, that's when they judge it. And you just say, I made this, and you show it to them. That's kind of my secret of what I do. And I think if you believe in what you do and you just do it like that, and you say, hey, something good will come of it. Dan Reeder, folks, DANREEDR. If I could get him on the show, I would do it. If he's around, I don't know. But that was the story Todd told me about John Prine. And very, very happy to be in Todd's, be working with Todd. And I've done all the great stuff that we've done together. So turn me loose.
Make a note of that. I need food and pussy.
Well, the album's called.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, the album's called Dan Reeder.
I've heard of that before. I'm close to Chicago. We get a lot of eclectic radio stations. So, and John Prine, and yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, I think that
unless you told that story last week.
Yeah, maybe. I tell more cluster plug stories, but I don't know many stories. I did play washboard with them.
Did you? Right on. That's cool.
I've done that in a very long time, so that felt really good to do washboard with them for just one song, which was enough. But it was so much fun though.
You just have one washboard you have? I mean, that your buddy?
I have one main one. I have 3 or 4 washboards. I have one that's brand new and doesn't sound great. I have one that's really old and it's my favorite one. It's my buddy. That's one you always see me playing with the belt strap on it and stuff.
You probably got them named Cecil, Tina, and Larry.
It doesn't have a name actually.
No names?
No, it would be probably something like Miss Brisby or something like that, maybe. Mrs. Brisby. It's Mrs. Brisby. That's what its name is. I just named it. Mrs. Jonathan Brisby, actually. If you know where that reference comes from, you could also win a hug and a prize and a high five and some stickers. But that's what the prize is. It's a high five and some stickers. Don't get excited. And it's not until I see you next time. But I got all the fucking work I need. Dan Reeder. So, that's the thing, man. And it was such a good show. The Todd show was so good because people actually sat down and listened. They put chairs in the whole Castle Theater, so there were chairs everywhere. There was no standing room anywhere except for in the back by the bars. And so that really made people sit down and listen to what he was saying. And he kind of was phoning in a couple of the songs, like he was just trying to get through them, you could tell. And then he would get to the end, he would talk for 20 minutes and make everything worthwhile and make you cry and make the song mean more. And, that song "Sail On" he does for Jeff Austin, it's a really important and emotional song now after he tells the story of what it meant. That's the story I told last week.
Cut it out!
It's cry, but I just love good singers, good songwriters.
Yeah, I understand.
Speaking of good singers and songwriters, I would talk to 4 musical guests for tonight, and they can all do it next week. Corey Lee McQuaid is a dobro player from the Sound South. Who else was I talked to today? Kevin Kramer, Kevin Roy Kramer. You know who he is?
Yeah, I do.
He puts on a killer show.
Yeah, I've seen it before. Yes, I think I didn't know.
Ben Davis Jr. Trying to get him on the show. He's saying the 17th, same week as what the other one guy wants to do it. So there may never be another musical guest. Okay, so 12/17 is when Ben Davis can do it. So Ben Davis is the 17th, and maybe the next couple weeks I'll just have Kick-Ass Fridays.
Ben Harper?
Yeah, Ben Harper is going to be on the show because he's so easy to get a hold of. I love Ben Harper, man. He definitely was a big fork in my musical tree.
He was a criminal, and he was innocent.
He was a total innocent criminal. And what that was because they smoked weed, right? And they were innocent criminals. But now that weed's legal, most places, especially there, because I think they're from California, I'm guessing, or the West Coast somewhere, then they're not criminals anymore. They're just Ben Harper, He's a great show. I'll go see Ben Harper.
I still feel it's weird. The other day I was driving at a stoplight, and I turn over, and these guys were just smoking a joint. The cloud's full of smoke. And I'm like, first instinct was, they're not. I'm like, it's legal. And it's crazy to think, a couple of years ago, there's no way you could do that. And now it's just
the rules are so
up for grabs.
They're not really set in stone, so everybody thinks they can do whatever they want. But those kids smoking on the corner could get popped just like that if they wanted to.
Yeah, I understand.
But the police are probably tired of dealing with hippies smoking weed, dude. How many years they've been arresting people for smoking pot? And they know it's not harmful. They're witnesses to all of it. They know the weed smokers are the easiest arrests to make. I'm sure. How often is a weed smoker going to try to beat a cop's ass because he was smoking pot? That doesn't happen very often. At least not in my circle.
No, that's a good word. That's a good one. Not my circle. Yeah.
Most of us. Are
I know. I listen to too much news and stuff, and just and hears things and go, what?
If you watch the news, you'll get into like.
Well, just from pure experience, I was just driving downtown Aurora.
Yeah, he's talking about the news again. Yeah, I can't get him to stop talking about the news. He loves the news, man. He watches news night and day. Hey, nobody's watching. Is anybody watching? Jeffrey Blackmon says Skip Litz. So I'm gonna search that.
Limp Bizkit? What?
Nope. It wasn't a musician that's on Spotify. Skip Litz is what he says. So what's your favorite band? Hey, Matt Robinson says, "What's up, fam?" He checked in. So you can say hi to Matt Robinson if you want to say hi to him. You were talking all about him earlier.
Yeah, well, what a bunch of beautiful musicians you're going to have at Martyrs. Yeah.
Oh, Skip is the guy from Play a Train Song. Okay,
you got to go. Say hi to Shaw and Matt. Hey, Matt. Hey, Shaw. Woo-hoo.
So the guy Skip who does Play a Train Song, which is going to have to be, that's going to be a theme of the night. We might have to tune the guitar up for that one. I know that one. Smoking a Long Black Cadillac. Anyway.
Jeff Lindley and X-Ray Spec played a killer song.
His name was Skip Litz. Skip Litz was, so, and I just, Todd make you feel good. You listen to his words and his music, he just make you feel good. And he has so much cool merch on the table, and I met his merch person, Kathy, and she was so excited to meet me, and I sat by the merch table for a while because their merch table is like crazy busy all night long. And so I sat there for a while and just watched people buy the stuff that I made, the albums that I'd done the design for, the t-shirts, the bumper stickers, whatever it was. And they would pick up this banana one, and they would just chuckle and laugh, and that made me feel so good. I don't know what it is. It's not all my idea. I mean, when he wrote it, I put the banana on there, whatever it is. It means a lot because it makes people laugh, and that's what I do. Make people smile.
I do the Andy Warhol banana, and they are popping. When I put them on my albums, the banana.
Well, I got a question for you because, you noticed the Andy Warhol banana, well, but yeah. What's the name of the artist that did the duct tape banana?
Don't know.
Is that sad that we don't know that?
No, it's not sad because
he made a difference for a minute.
Because that's the only piece he did that I would know. Do you know his name?
No, and maybe that's the difference because Andy Warhol would continue to do stuff that was,
No, Andy was out there, and everything he did, his crew and group videotaped everything, so he was out there.
No. Matt said the 10-year shoe show had the banana. Was it the banana on the poster for the 10-year shoe show? Because it was the. What are you talking about, Matt? You got to come on the show. Matt, maybe you should come on the show and tell us the
Yeah,
banana
maybe we should
story,
come
man.
on. Who's playing at the Chop Shop, Matt?
Yeah, but then if Matt comes on the show, we have one less viewer. Yeah.
That's viewer. That's a
Oh,
good.
Yeah, that's it. Matt was talking about on the record for Old Shoe because he's probably looking at it right now. That you were doing the paintings of the banana with the duct tape at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we get it, Matt. This is a hard show. It's post 420. We already did 5 records. You know, we're
No,
looking at my eyes. They're all squinty. Didn't mean to make it that way, but it's been a good night so far. 85 weeks, folks. 85 weeks. We're welcoming our good friend Matt to the chat board. He's over there answering questions in the comment section. What's Jeffrey Blackmon saying in a message now? Oh, come on and play a song, maybe a train song.
You guys were really good at the Roundhouse, Matt, with the guy from Munyon on guitar. That was really great set. And Pete played. It was good to see you. And we're coming in hot. People from the Burbs next Friday. A week from today, like to this minute, I'll be walking into well, not that early to Martyrs.
Keep talking.
Yeah, okay, I'll keep talking. Looking forward to, like I said, said earlier, all the people from the bands. Haven't seen a lot of the faces. Yeah, you could play you could have a festival just with these musicians. I was saying that earlier. Yeah, I mean, yeah, good people, good friends. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, we might have
in the Chop Shop too. Yeah, that's in February. Yeah, the 4th. Sean showed a picture. Matt Robinson in the house.
Actually, in the house. It's Matt. What's up, buddy?
Hello, Matt.
Hi, guys.
Hello, Matthew.
Good to see your face, brother. How have you been?
Oh, good. You know, I forgot it was Friday.
Yeah.
I'm just doing the dishes and Ryder's watching cartoons, and my phone beeped and it was you. So here I am. I just poured a beer.
Oh, congratulations and cheers, and that's awesome.
Cheers.
Yeah, it's good to see you, man. You look great. Ryder's watching cartoons, you say?
Yeah, Pagan Cat. You guys know that one?
Not yet, but I'm gonna have to look at that Pagan Cat. See, kids get cooler cartoons than when we were little. I mean, we had cool cartoons too, but Pagan Cat, that's interesting.
Yeah, I remember G.I. Joe. That was like a big one for me.
Now I know. Now I know. And you know what? It's interesting about your boy watching that cartoon right now, because you have kids of that certain age, you get to watch those cartoons too for a little while. As they get older, like my boy is now 22, my daughter's 19, and as they got to a certain age, all of a sudden we were like, the parents, we were just cut off from all the cartoons and all the cool shows. And like Amy and I, like we still watch some of them, we try to pick up on a few of them, Right. There's only like a period of your life when you have kids that you get to watch all that stuff, and you'll remember that period in history of like cartoons and Disney and Pixar and that kind of stuff. I'm sure,
That's a good point.
Anyway,
I gotta get off my phone and enjoy Pagan the cat.
Well, later, after you talk to us, I mean, now you're on the zone, so you can't leave yet. I haven't seen you in a while. He might have actually a couple times, whichever side he's on.
Yeah, you guys really jammed great at the Roundhouse. That was really good. Yeah,
that was fun.
Another change in musicians. Another change for now, or is it permanent?
No, Jim was sick. Like he had got really sick, and I had like 4 hours notice to find somebody to do it. And so we called some probably obvious people, and then made it down the list a little bit to Justin, and
that was killer.
He was awesome. He did a fantastic job.
Awesome. Yep.
Yeah.
Every time you add a new guitar player, if it's Scott Tipping or if it's Paul Priest or whoever you played with through the history, it changes the show. It makes it, anytime you add a new lead guitar like that, it makes the show. It changes it. I guess it does. Play how they're going to play, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and we had never jammed ever, so part of the cool thing of that is you're listening so intently and you're super excited for this fresh new moment. So like, whereas they might not have gotten a lot of old Shoe songs, or It would have been a different show, but it was also like they'll never hear that show again too.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Quite a few people that know you had talked to me and said, you guys were all smiling in a different way, and you guys were really into it, and it was different, and nothing but great stuff from everybody that I talked to. That a lot of good stuff. That's why we like going to these things. That's why we love seeing jams like that. That's why.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of dogs in the neighborhood just howling like wolves right now.
Wonder why? Like they just one here's one.
It wasn't a siren.
Huh.
What's with Illinois basketball?
They play at 6 o'clock against Rutgers. You guys got me till pregame.
What are their chances this evening, you guys? You guys know better than me.
They're good, man. That guy was suspended, the big guy, for a while.
Yeah, now he's averaging 25 points a game.
That's cool.
Yeah, but they lost the game right off the bat when he came back. Or now they're rolling.
Yeah.
The expectations were too high. If a player like that goes, yeah. Did he injure himself or something? Or
no, he thought he was going pro and he sold his uniforms. Yeah. And then he decided to come back, and they made this new rule like a week after he sold his stuff that now they can sell their stuff, but he still got suspended.
Really?
Yeah, so it's kind of
for profiting off his uniform, basically.
Yep.
Yeah. Still at a college level, the rules are interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. How much money you got on the game? You got big bucks?
I don't bet. I just
that's a different guess. That's a different guess. Never mind. Sorry.
It's emotional warfare, right?
Oh, I know. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is for sure. That's sports in general, because no matter who you love, they're going to let you down at some point. I mean, you guys are Cub fans, right? So at some point they're going to let you down, and that's hard on the fans,
I'm a White Sox fan, but I am a Bears fan, and like that's eternal depression.
That is pace has got to go too.
You guys get so invested. If you're fans of the sport, or of any sport for that matter, and your heart gets invested in it. My brother Joe is he's got Bears. He's got everything Bears you can buy, because that's just the guy he is, right? And if they have a bad, they were in the Super Bowl a few years back or whatever, 6 or 7 years ago, and they kicked the first touchdown, the first play, and then it got beat real bad.
Oh, I remember.
I didn't talk to my brother for like 6 months, man. He was sour.
Well, it was like this huge peak, like Devin Hester returns opening kickoff for a touchdown.
Right.
And then they kick our butt the rest of the game.
I think there was there again. Their spirit got blown out right there at the beginning or something. You can't. And I don't know. It's weird. I like football, but I've never been so invested in a team. I don't even pay attention, honestly. So
Me and Matt are Jock City. I mean, I'm locked, stock, and barreled.
No, I draw the pictures for you guys. Remember,
I got to do my fantasy lineup. Before 6:30 tonight. So if the show goes long, I'm boogieing. I got to go do it. DraftKings. And
did you announce that snowshoe yet? Oh,
yeah. What?
Did you announce Did you announce your snowshoe yet?
We didn't. But yeah. Oh, did you announce it?
I showed the artwork, but didn't really say too much about it. And it didn't have the band on it, just the drawing.
Let me guess.
So our viewership is like we're 7 people spread around the country.
Right.
So, you don't really.
No,
it's
fine with me. We're gonna announce it next weekend after the holiday show. But I mean, we're just little bands in Illinois. It doesn't matter. It
matters, Matt. Shut up.
It matters, man.
It's like Phil over there talking about he's not an artist. No, it matters, dude.
No, it's the shoe fam. Everybody smiles. I mean, they don't talk about their jobs or problems. Man. Everybody comes in there with a great attitude, and it is a family, man. I mean, it really is. I just see it from young to old. It's just pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Jake is out here chiming in. Hey, Sugar Magnolia, what's going on? I'm just checking on the people on the viewership here. We got Sugar Magnolia out there, Amanda Miller, Jake Willis. What's up, Jake? How are you, buddy?
Hey, Jake.
Hey, Jake. Hey, Sugar.
Yeah, the team should pay to reintroduce actual bears into the city parks. That's what. And then his next comment was, "I think you just announced it."
Yeah.
I went to the Chicago Farmers Show last Saturday night in Evanston.
Mm-hmm.
In space.
They sounded fantastic.
They just sound tighter and tighter.
that room is great for listening. It was all like a seated show, but people were still getting up and dancing. The new songs are super encouraging. Like I can't wait to hear the new stuff.
Being a big Chicago Fire
Live instruments
for so long, following Cody for so long.
Yeah.
Everything he's done with you guys, with Moore, with Jake, with everything he's done throughout the time. It's great to watch him grow. And when you were at his show, and people always ask me like, well, you've seen so many of his shows, you keep going back. I guess they ask the Deadheads that too. Why do you go back to see him again and again and again? And he tells those stories and he changes them a little bit. He makes them tells you a little more, tells you a different story. It's never. And then you'll hear a new song, like you say. Okay, the new songs. And we've been to enough shows that we know when that new song comes on. That's not a cover. Yeah. That's something he just wrote apparently. And it feels good. And they always speak. There ain't nobody else doing it like Cody. I
remember the first time I heard Umbrella. It was at that small bar in Joliet. I can't think of the name of it. Chicago Street Pub.
Yeah.
And I was just blown away by it. And then the same thing happened at Space. He has this new song. Well, new to me. It's Windy City something, Blow Away. About, this reporter asked this young child what he wants to be when he grows up. He just says, I want to be alive.
It's an old song.
Everybody was really quiet after the song. As a musician, you kind of wonder why, but it's because people were taken with that moment. It's good to have that serious moment along with the fun, charming stuff too.
Yeah. Jake just said that they are in Cincinnati, loading in right now in Cincinnati. So good for those
Hi guys.
On the road Friday night.
Have a great set, guys.
Yeah, we love you guys. And that song is. There's an older video of him playing that song to a little girl. The first time I saw it, but he never plays it live. And I think I did see him play it live one time, and he even mentioned either before or after the song that he doesn't do it very often. Mm-hmm. But then if they're moving it into the circle of songs, that's great.
I think it's on the new release that they're going to have.
Oh, that's wonderful. Good for those guys. Good for Charlie and Cody. The Bone Sharks guys. I can't say their names. Choda and Carly, I almost said, it was totally wrong. And Jake playing out too, and playing.
Picked up a bottle of Angle Cask Copperworks.
Huh. Is that what they're playing?
Yeah, bourbon.
Hey, Grant Schumacher, what's up there, buddy? There's Grant from our good buddy Grant from Shoe Fest. Good to see you, buddy. Says, what's
Grant
up,
likes
boys?
bourbon. Speaking of bourbon, what's Grant drinking?
He does. We play Umbrella as a duo sometimes, says Jake.
It's crazy. This is a good.
The song Umbrella has made me cry. I was having a hard week. We went and saw Cody's show. And you're back, Phil. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cut you off. You froze.
I know. It keeps interrupting.
But me and Amy were at the show, and we always sit kind of on the stage left there, or our stage right, and his stage left. And he starts singing that line about depression gets you, it has its way with you, basically, And when you're having some kind of emotional feeling and you hear somebody else, just talk about it. And let alone write a song about it and somebody you look up to. Hey, God, my tears came a rolling, Cody a few times has done that to me, But that's a heck of a song. I only hope that people can hear that stuff, further than the circle they get to play. I hope it keeps reverberating, and going all the places it goes.
He's moving and grooving, and it's well worth it, man. Every time I see him, I see a lot of music. It's just fantastic stuff they're doing.
Yep. You guys are all in the same boat, though. Old Shoe, Chicago Farmer Band. The Backyard Tire Fire. We're so lucky. The Hen House Prowlers. Afternoon Moon. The bands we have just in our grasping. That we can't even. That's just the beginning, the top of the pile there. There's so many. Everybody who plays at Shoe Fest, everybody who we get to see, these are local boys, most of them, playing music for us, and we're just lucky because there's so much of it. It's so good. Anyway,
we got next year we got Snowshoe, and then Matt was saying Spring Shoe, and then
my goal. Hold on. Goal is to do a haunted house shoe. You go through the haunted house And then at the end of it, you get chased out by a chainsaw or whatever. And at the end of it, there's the stage and the band, and you join the party. I think that would.
And we'd all dress up as like something to surprise you, and you wouldn't know what it was going to be until we all got there. And you turn the lights on.
That would be fun.
And everybody had a theme in the audience, and you had no clue. We only had to keep it a secret from like 5 or 6 guys.
That would be great.
That's the plan for next Halloween, right? Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
What's this for? Yeah.
What's what for? Are you pushing buttons over there?
No, Laura came down and brought a magic 8-ball. I don't know what for.
We should ask it a question, I guess.
Yes.
What is the question? Will
Phillips paint chips ever stop? Don't.
Is Phil eating paint chips? Is that what you said?
No, she's vacuuming upstairs. I can hear, and paint is it's on everything. You can walk and.
I don't think I've even introduced our guest. This is our friend Matt Robinson, folks. If you're not sure who he is,
Matt.
From Old Shoe, plus all everything else, from Sunbeard to the very beginnings of time, all of it that I remember anyway.
Yeah.
Good friend too. There again, I talked about all those good musicians and bands we're lucky to have around us, but then they're all our friends too. So that just adds to the whole situation.
I have some questions for you guys.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Ryder.
Some of your favorite younger bands. I don't get out to see music as much as I used to, but you guys are probably more festivals than I am. You want to say
bands that we see now, or bands that we were.
I see these bands that are the younger bands are really starting to impress me, and they're the band. I mean, like the Bashful Youngins for one. You know them, of course.
Yeah.
There's another band called I think they're called Accidentally on Purpose, and they're from the Alton area, and they're probably all teenage, early 20s, I'm sure. They played "Bullet in the Blue Sky" by U2 one night, and did the whole. And a girl was singing, and she did the whole Bono speech throughout the middle of the song, and plus everything else they chose that night. I feel like the young kids are starting to come around to the music that we like. Like I don't know if it's the generational thing that's happening, but there are some good bands.
Yeah. I like Wisconsin. You probably Feed the Dog. I really love Feed the Dog.
These are Shoe Fest bands.
They were at Shoe Fest.
Have you heard of the Front Bottoms?
Them Cooley Boys. We're at Blue
Keep hearing about them.
Yeah, they're
Cooley Boys are good.
They're opening up for Los Lobos. I saw them when I really like their vibe. Those are a couple.
The Front Bottoms is something my daughter turned me on to. They're called the Front Bottoms.
Okay.
And they're like I don't know, I can't compare them to anything. They're just cool. They're like young kids. They're kind of hipstery kids, but they sing almost like with Pavement kind of lyrics. But the lyrical content was totally ridiculously interesting. Like nothing I ever heard before. We watched a Lollapalooza feed all day, waiting for good bands to come on. And they always came on late at night. We watched all the DJs, we watched all the rappers and do their shows. And then I was telling Emily that when Lollapalooza first started, it was really for bands that weren't big. The bands that played Lollapalooza were the small bands that you thought deserved the attention. Jane's Addiction or Susie and the Banshees or, the Rollins Band or Butthole Surfers, bands that weren't popular enough. The bands that were playing Lollapalooza were bands that already had followings of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people, and they were on MTV and the radio. And I said, the band like the Front Bottoms that she likes, I said, why aren't they on this? And then they were the next band.
Oh, nice.
And we got to watch their whole set, and I was blown away because I knew it was one of my daughter's favorite bands. So I'm like, well, I'm going to watch this with her for sure, and about 3 songs in, she's like, I think I'm going to go do something. And I was like, you ain't leaving. We're watching your favorite band, play. And so I got turned on to that. And it's not anything in our genre, I don't think, really. I would call it alternative, I guess, would be the best name for it.
Well, I'm a rock and roller, and they're right up the street from us in the town over. I live in Arbor Creek. You know them, Matt and John. Arbor Creek and David Drilling and the boys. I really love their music and talent, and they're killer. I wish they'd play more.
No Robot. Have you heard No Robot?
I've seen the name No Robot. Who is that? Or
Alex
what is
Gerard. That? He's a guitar player from, I'm thinking like Bloomington area maybe.
Unemployed Architects.
Yeah, that's another good band, Unemployed Architects. I see. We're seeing a lot of festivals because Shoe Fest is not the same always, but it has kind of a general family feel of the bands that we get there.
Right.
Then we'll go to a different festival where somebody completely different is picking the bands. Go get your mama. She's home. Go get her.
I
And
mean, I really
most
dig
bands
feet.
we'll never see again, and we've never heard of. Hey,
Yeah,
Mom just got home. Yeah. Scooby wants to tell a story.
Illinois shows, and I think they're really good. Big fan.
Scooby, tell
Which
me.
band, Phil?
You play a lot of festivals, man, up in Wisconsin, so you know most of those bands up there.
I'm doing I do this show called Happy Trails. It's in Alton, and there'll be like 20 bands throughout the course of 2 days at least, maybe 25, 30 bands even. And I've never heard of any of them. Maybe a couple of them I've heard of, like Spilly Nelson and a couple other bands. But all the other bands all day will be all these acts. And I'll keep asking them all day long, I've never heard of you. Where are you from? And they say Alton. And they're like all from that area.
Way
That's
south,
where I
right?
saw the Accidentally on Purpose was in Alton. And they were young kids playing like stuff that we liked when we were growing up, basically. Like I said, the U2 song. But that's just an odd choice for a band to play. And I like it when a band does that. And they pull out some music that you like, and you don't think
There is no bands when I was a kid there is no Led Zeppelin. Creek's not, they're close. There is no Clash that I can see, so those are the bands I like. I guess if
You're an old man now. You're kind of an old man now, Phil, and you're looking at music differently than you did when you were.
Well, if I grew up in the city, so in the city you can find it. I mean, I used to go to a lot of places and saw all my punk stuff from Alkaline Trio to Dead Milkmen, Double Door in the Metro.
I need to get the Dead Milkmen on the show, man. If I could get Joe Jack Talcum on the show, I bet if I really try hard. Anyway,
But
John Reed is like a huge Clash fan.
Yeah, I know.
He wants to just
about.
Go ahead.
We had talked about it prior at Shoe Fest, trying to guess what band you were going to play. And then I mentioned the Clash, and he said it was in the voting or something. He had, and Dan liked it too. He said he liked the Clash too, and he said we should try something. They're like, how would it go with the crowd? I said they would love it. At least I would. So
I would wager that most people wouldn't know them.
But here's the thing,
I would. Yeah.
Go to an album like London Calling, for instance, and the song "Train in Vain," London Calling, "Should I Stay or Should I Go,"
Stand by Me.
These are anthem type songs that people.
Yeah, but see, those are not the greatest. I can name 100. So I'm a diehard Clash fan.
That's what people are going to recognize.
Yeah.
I don't think it's spread. I don't think it's big enough spread that that everybody would.
So I'm just going to get it off the list. Matt kind of nuked it already for next year.
No Clash.
No Clash. Okay.
I thought about that today, actually. I was going to ask you that. Interestingly enough, I did.
Johnny, we're done. Dan, we're done. Yeah.
Because Phil had told me about the different guitar player and how you guys have to adapt to that as you go. Was it? And then I was listening to Echoes by Pink Floyd on the way home yesterday. Was that difficult to learn that? Because there's so
difficult because I love the music so much. It was like fun.
I knew it.
Yeah.
It's probably not a difficult song, so to speak, but there's a lot of different parts to it. There's like big marching parts, and there's soft parts, and there's the lyrical parts, and then there's. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. No, I actually hired Aaron Dorfman. Do you guys know him?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
To help me learn all the parts.
Okay.
So like we spent like maybe 3 or 4 sessions just getting all the guitar parts written out on paper.
Sure. I've always been impressed with everything you guys have always done in that particular moment, playing those albums. But that night, what seemed to me to be the most complex, weird, especially with Echoes being such a long piece of music, and anything instrumental by Pink Floyd to me feels super complex, and I don't understand it. Drums are doing the same thing the whole time, pretty much. But all the different stages of the song, that to me just seemed to be the confusing part, I guess, interestingly enough. But you guys did a great job. If you ever get a chance to look that video up, people, that's amazing, an amazing night of music.
Which one?
Pompeii, live in Pompeii night.
Oh yeah. I think it was Joe's idea to actually do the soundtrack because it had songs from Dark Side and songs from Metal.
Mm-hmm. You got to play all around the collection.
Right. And I think we added, like, I can't think of the name of the jam after Us and Them. Any Color You Like.
Yeah.
I don't think that was part of the soundtrack, but we just added it because
But
it
it
was,
fits there. Yeah.
yeah, gorgeous music. That was so fun. Scott Tipping just killed all the Gilmore stuff. It was so good.
Yeah, I agree. Good. Those are amazing moments, and we're lucky to experience them. Anytime somebody says they wish they could have saw something cool, I'm always like, hey, I saw something cool. That's it.
Right on.
I'm being real vague tonight,
When you coming out to Aurora with Sunbeard in Scott Tippin territory to the venue?
I
Anything?
imagine we'll do it. I imagine we'll be out there this winter or spring.
Yeah.
Like we've talked about it a bunch.
Yeah.
I'm kind
It's
of
right
curious.
down the block from the Roundhouse. You know that. Yeah. It's like 3 minutes.
Do you guys think there'll be a lot of shows this winter? Do you think COVID will mess with it?
It's starting to.
So like most of my musician friends are unsure about like how busy we should be because a lot of the deals at venues have moved to door deals and you can't count on people showing up like you used to be able to show up.
All right. You know how I look at it, Matt? I was telling Laura this morning, European soccer, which is the biggest sport in the world, they canceled the crowd coming in because of the new COVID or the new virus. So once the sports
did it,
eliminates millions of dollars of revenue, but not now, it's going to be a chain reaction. It starts in Europe. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm just talking too much about. Yeah, but it starts there.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at, John? Hi, guys. Hey, Snoopy.
Amy saying hello to everybody.
That reminds me, that little rock that you guys got me that has a painted shoe on it.
Yeah.
Ryder stole that. He loves it.
Ryder has it? Nice.
It's Ryder's rock.
Amy's friend Cheryl made those for everybody. Those are really awesome. Yeah.
Mine's in my Zen garden. I got a Snoopy.
I went to 2 shows in the last 2 weekends. I went to one show that was totally masked and vaccine. That was a Todd Snyder show at the Castle. So a room like that's trying to hold on to their integrity. And I went to a small bar here in town and saw Clusterpluck, and it wasn't Clusterpluck's fault, but they didn't have any rules or anything set at all. I felt more nervous there and anxious the whole night, as opposed to the Castle where they checked everybody on the way in and we all wore masks and we were walking around, things like that.
Or you could do an Antonio Brown.
It's going to depend on each venue. Okay, the venues that can hold it together and have a good enough. I mean, the Castle's selling out. They're not having a hard time selling their shows out, but they're being safe about it. And it was a pretty full room. It wasn't crowded, but it was full. Now, the Billy Strings show that just happened in Indiana, a friend told me about that and said that it was so crowded you couldn't move, and nobody had a mask on.
Yeah, I don't think
that's how Fish was in Las Vegas.
I've been hearing. Yeah. And I hate to say that's where the problems are going to start. I mean, and we just have to. I mean, I don't know. You like me and Phil alike. We always want shows to happen.
Of course,
be as safe as we can be, and to go on and do more. And more shows.
I don't think if.
But we're getting a call. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't.
Hello?
I haven't been to a venue, and I go to a lot of venues and places where it is so strict where if you don't have that mask on, you're kicked out. It's everything is lax.
Oh, they were going to turn Jeff Singley away from the Castle. So he didn't have it on him, but he had a picture of it. Found fine.
Or I have my card in my pocket. Okay, I got. No one's asked me for it, even though if you want.
All we can do, Matt, is hope that people work together. We cooperate.
There's another stupid strand out there that's
try not to question the science of it all, and that's my opinion. I wore a mask. I'm vaccinated. I'm getting the booster shot as soon as we can. I mean, I want to go to shows. You just got yours?
See, yeah, and then people don't want to do it for religious purposes. I can understand, I guess.
People still have their
reasons. People are just giving me no reason why they're not doing it, and I'm like, what's the reason? I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough. That's tough. I don't know. I hope that you.
Here we go. We promised no religion, politics, and virus.
Did you just put another album out, Matt? Like the 7th one this year or something?
I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
This guy pretty.
Yeah, people are probably sick of it. They're like, stop putting so much music out. But
you got an opportunity to record it and get this stuff produced. Yeah. And if people aren't want to look back in history and think, well, that all came out the same year, or they might be, wow, that all came out in the same year. I don't know. That's awesome. Matt.
Where do you jam, Matt? How far do you? Where's your recording studio, or where do you jam at?
It's the coolest studio I've been in Chicago. It's Shirk Studios. and
Okay.
it's Ashland and like Division area.
Okay.
Chicago Farmers doing his new album there.
Yeah. So you get
Way Down Wonders did their album there. It's a great room.
so you get to go jam and practice and
Yeah, I mean most of the music is figured out before we walk in because it gets
You're
expensive
recording,
to figure it out there.
Now, do you ever have this problem, Matt? Like when you're getting into practice, you like show up and we're not doing Sunbeard. This is Old Shoe night. Or this
No, but like, Old Shoe hasn't written new music in so long that I'd rather sing new music. So like, I'm so glad Old Shoe's like now we're writing new music. Like we played new originals at the last show, and we got more in the coming down the pipe.
Can I ask, is that a process of you and Joe working together, or is it whoever wants to put in? Does everybody write, or is there an opportunity for
a lot of Joe and I working together, and now Jim too. Jim has lots of new material, and it's really good.
He's very good. He's a very good player.
Yeah. Yeah, he has this new song called Adeline, and I can't wait for the world to hear it. I think it's awesome. It's a great song.
Yeah, I can't wait. That's awesome. Oh man, what are you doing tonight? You're not playing tonight. You got Rider nights. You're hanging out. So no gigs.
watching basketball at 6 o'clock. Damn
Well,
it.
that's right. Do Page or somebody's playing tonight, or somebody, right?
Yeah.
Fighting Illini, correct? Is it still called the Fighting Illini?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Ryder,
Chief
say
will-
hi. Okay.
Hey, Ryder.
Okay. Your hair looks good, buddy.
Yeah, I got some vintage Illini stuff with tags still from a long time ago. That
What year?
what?
What year?
I mean, I'm not saying 150. What year? 89.
Well, I mean that was the banner year. That was the flying Illini.
Yeah, it's from Laura. She's here. Yeah, some of the stuff that got tags on them. I'm not gonna. They're pretty cool. So
grandpa
I'm like,
was-
we're going next week. Boom.
My grandpa was a big fan.
Everything's
Tom Dean, Tracy Kenny, hello out there, Easton Bishop, everybody.
Hey, Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
Hey, Tracy Kenny.
I talked to
Hey,
these
Tom Dean.
I talked to some Native American Hawaiians out in Hawaii when I was there a couple weeks ago, and I got a good conversation with some. They were painting sport logos on coconuts, and I asked them what their favorite logo was, and they said, "Oh, we're Fighting Illini, but the Chief, but they can't do it anymore. They don't.
Right.
Chief Illini.
Yeah.
That was their favorite logo, though. You know,
The
so
Blackhawks are lucky they still have theirs.
there they are.
It's a sensitive thing. I understand it.
Yeah, I understand.
Redskins,
but-
I totally got that.
Yeah. But it's also there's this nostalgia of those teams wearing those uniforms, and then they become this symbol that you're connected to. And so I can understand why people.
And growing up in
That-
Illinois, that's
yeah.
kind of how we learned about the Native Americans.
All you need is one person.
Unfortunately, that was part of our education of the Native Americans from Illinois. For me, it was. You know,
Yeah, I mean, I come from Pontiac, Illinois. Like,
really? You're from
Yeah.
Pontiac?
Yeah, the Works family talked to I think the Seminole tribe or one of the leaders and said, hey, but you get free
Anyway,
Budweiser and a
it's
couple
not got any of our
million.
business in it. It got none of our business in it. It's just interesting to watch it go by. You know, I was a Cleveland Indians fan because I loved the hat when I was a kid. It was more about the logo than it was the team. You know.
the movie.
Well, then
Some
they
of
made
the names
movie,
of
and I really
sports
didn't. I was
teams.
like, well, now I can't be their fan. they made that movie. How horrible they were.
These
Old
guys are
Washington-
really shitty.
Trying to
Old pro team was called the Washington Bullets. Remember that?
That was the basketball team,
Yeah, Washington Bullets.
and now they're the Wizards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Harry Potter fans are going to say you can't use wizards. I mean, what crazy stuff.
Hey, I got to run, guys.
Hey,
I'm being
Matt
called to the
Robinson,
bathroom.
thank you.
I'll see you next week, Friday,
Thanks for coming in,
Matt.
We love you very much, my
Love
friend.
you guys.
See you, and we'll pass
Can't
it on.
wait.
Like you do.
Love you, Matt.
Happy
Thanks for
holidays.
coming out. Happy holidays. I'm bringing a card table's worth for next week.
Can't wait.
All right, I'll see you next week.
Thank you, Matt Robinson.
Go Illini.
And
Go
our
Illini.
son Beards.
Bye, guys.
See you,
Bye,
buddy.
Matthew. All right.
Another treat, man. You know, it's almost the nights when we don't have a guest that we end up having the best guests. Is that not the truth?
Yes.
It's been fun, Phil. 85 weeks.
Seek, yeah.
Seek and ye shall find.
Oh, I'm just overthinking.
You still want to talk about sports more? Because you did a pretty good job.
I could talk about sports. I can talk about some 24/7.
Anyway?
No, I'm looking forward to. I don't know what we're doing. I gotta do some. Okay.
Gotta use the theme music. We pay for it. We didn't.
All right. Bears got to get rid of Mac Nagy and Ryan Pace. They got to go. They got to go if you're a Bear fan. Okay, we're talking Chicago local sports here. White Sox. They're on strike. The baseball players are on strike. I don't know. They don't make enough trillions of dollars. I understand. I don't understand. The Bulls are doing really well. Love their team. DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and Ball. Loving the Bulls right now. I like their like their vibe on the court. Blackhawks are doing all right. Sports, it's hunting season. My cousin's husband got his biggest pointed buck in 52 years on an arrow. Go Jerry. Yeah, saw Adam from Horseshoes out there pheasant hunting, pigeon hunting. For all the hunters out there, kill them, eat them. And gonna go watch some college basketball, a little pro basketball, do some Christmas decorating. Outside's done. I'm gonna play with the village tonight. Enjoy a nice evening. Mellow Friday. See everybody or anybody who's going downtown or who lives in the city next Friday for a holiday shoe jam. Psych for that. The bands and the music.
That was longer than a minute, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's okay, Phil. We got to talk about sports a lot tonight because Matt, your sports friend, was here. Thank you. All right. Well, I'm going to cross the line tonight. I don't usually cross. You want to see what line I'm going to cross tonight, Phil? Or did you give?
What's that?
I'm going to have a hard seltzer tonight on the air and see what I think of it.
What's that, Spurge?
It doesn't say Spurge, I don't think.
Spuge.
You can tell it's not been opened yet. I want to show the people at home it's not been opened yet. There's not milk in there or iced tea. Amy's going to keep on these pumps. Right. We're changing things up in here a little bit around here. So I open it up, fresh smells.
Oh.
It smells kind of good. It smells like lemon lime, like an old 7-Up kind of.
Spuge. No. Amy, you don't like it, you better grab it.
It tastes like champagne, kind of.
It's a bubbly.
A little bit bubbly. Oh, can you see the bathroom? You can see my daughter in there doing makeup. That's not good. Let's look at that.
No, not what you're doing. You're fired, dude.
Oh, it's a fired kind of night, you know. It's I just like it so much. Phil, I thank you. Raw, go team, go.
Go sports.
Folks, I'm feeling a little bit fired up tonight. Maybe we should do the alphabet game.
All right. You want to?
Suggestions from the studio audience?
I'm going to do a shot. You know, it's quite amazing all the musicians are going to be in that room next week at Martyrs. Johnny.
Who's got a suggestion? There's 7 people still watching, so somebody's got to have a suggestion for what we should name something from the alphabet by. Do the alphabet game for here. We'll wait just a second and see if anybody has any suggestions.
I'm right here, just right there.
Take me to another county, drop me in the lake, pour beer in my belly.
I feel like
Okay, pick out some.
Towns, huh? Towns Van Zant? What if we tried to make only nonsense words?
No. That you're drinking too much already. That bubbly got to you. Nonsense words.
I feel silly.
That is so stupid. How about
Okay, Amanda Miller, I'll tell you how the alphabet game goes. We come up with a subject. Usually it's bands we like, bands we hate, bands we think are silly, bands we think are great. And we try to name something from every letter of the alphabet. Did you hear that? That was really good. I'll go back and we gotta
We
go back.
usually fade by key.
Somebody buys us tea? Anyway, so what we do, because at this point in the night we've had our smoke and we've had our drink and we're ready to see if we know the alphabet first of all. We need a theme song for the alphabet game.
I got it.
I
got it.
You got a theme song?
Yeah. No, theme.
Okay. That's way too serious. Hold on. We'll find one here. The alphabet game. No, I don't think so. Do you like it? No, here.
Woo! That was strong. All right.
Okay.
What
so
are we
the
doing?
alphabet game goes like this. Let's just do something we can do. We can play.
Let's do musicians' names.
First and last name or first or last
A
name?
is for Angus Young.
Okay. B is for Brian Adams, man.
There you go. See?
Favorite bass player, drummer, and singer from Canada.
C is for Charlie Daniels.
D is for Dan Reeder. Like I said earlier tonight, Dan Reeder, man. You know.
E is for Eno.
Eno.
No looking up stuff.
F is for Frank Zappa. F is for Frank Zappa. Now you can't use his name for the last one. So F is for Frank Zappa.
G is for Jerry Rafferty.
Very tricky. See, you took a G and you made it about Jerry Rafferty instead of Garcia.
I couldn't even say the last name. Rafferty.
H is for Harry Chapin. I'll take I if you want me. If you can't do it.
Iggy Pop.
That's a good one. I was going to say Ike Turner, but go Iggy. Iggy Pop. So J is for Janis Joplin. Double J's.
I got O. O is for tricky.
There's a rapper you could use.
You probably would. Yoko Ono, but that Yoko Ono
You
is.
could do Ono.
Ono. Okay, go ahead.
That means you consider her a musician, so that's cool.
Oh yeah, I did. I had her album. I liked it actually. There's a couple songs I got.
Released it. O.
Hey, don't start telling me what kind of music I do like, and I'm gonna tell you some of the crap you like.
Did you just do O?
Yes.
Were we that far? Were we that far?
Wait. What letter are we at? We need to. What
did we do for M? Do you remember M at all?
Do we skip a bunch of stuff? Come on. I gotta write. Amy, what'd you give him to drink? You gave him a little sparkly water. Now he's fizzing like a son of a gun. You put a gummy bear in there or something?
Excuse me. I don't think we went from J to O, so you had K. O.
Okay, what are we missing? Come on.
You're at K.
Okay, K is for Karen Carpenter.
Karen Carpenter for K. L is for
no, that don't work.
Leonardo da Vinci. No.
He's an artist. He's a musician.
For Lester Flatt. Lester Flatt. Now we're at M. So we're getting closer to O, but it looks like you're going to get O again.
M is for Madonna.
Okay. N is for Nico Case.
Ooh, good one. Big fan. We're a big fan. Oh, again? How many O's are in this alphabet?
You screwed it up and you got to do it again.
Crap. Yoko Ono's baby.
His name's Sean Lennon.
Yeah, I know. That was stupid. I knew that one. Go with Ono. Okay. I'm sure there's tons. I'm trying to think. Oswald, Oingo. Okay, go ahead.
Old
Ozzy
dirty
Osbourne. Ozzy Osbourne.
Double O.
What about ding?
The Dark Prince always spoke from the heart. P is for. See, I had all that time to think about that. I'm going to say Paul Simon.
Q. Yeah. Susie
There's
Quattro.
one. Yeah, see,
Susie-
you got it. Yeah, Susie Quattro. That's the only one I could think of. R. It's for. Rob Marley. I call him Rob. Everybody else calls him Bob. I call him. Okay, that's not gonna work.
It's a bunch of crap.
Roberta Flack.
Okay. S is for Sylvain.
Sure, okay, I'll believe that. T is for Tyrio. T is for Danny Terrio from Dance Fever.
U.
He wasn't really.
Ingwe Malmsteen. I hope it's a U.
It's a Y and a W.
Damn.
Or Yingwei is a Y, and Malmsteen is an M.
Chester, I know you're gonna. It's not ready to eat, and when the show's over, I'll feed you. Mom's up there vacuuming. I don't know what.
Floor, probably. Hopefully.
Hopefully, it's the right
Been
answer.
vacuuming for like an hour, dude. That was a long time ago.
It's more than an hour, yeah. All right, well, you never know. I'm not. Never mind.
What letter were we on?
U. What would be U? It's got to be some kind of Ugandan band's name. There's got to be a musician with a U in it. Ouble.
What name starts with U?
No, that's not even funny.
No, think about any name that starts with a U, first of all, and then that's Yomelmahe. That's one of the questions you have
it's funny. Okay.
Ursula.
Ursula Andrews.
You just made that up. That's okay. I like it.
Ursula Andrews? No, she's an actress though.
V is for Vicki Lawrence. Also an actress.
That's a good one. That's a good same era too.
See, you got me in that groove of 1978. Right, AM comedy.
W.
TV friendly comedy shows. Vicki Lawrence. What did I say? W. Yeah.
W.
Walter, Willie, William, Will.
Walt
Disney?
No.
Probably sang.
You've been smoke. You smoke.
It's the same one. I've done it like 5 times, okay? This show is a lot of stress. All right? You have to freaking remember the alphabet. And what letter were you at?
Willie Waltman.
Willie Walden. Okay, WX for Exene Cervenka.
Very good. Very good. From the band X. Just saw a semi-documentary on why.
I saw them a couple years ago. They were really good. Still.
Yngwie Malmsteen.
Yngwie fucking Malmsteen. Now there is a guy I need to get on the show. Not Yngwie. Oh, man, I'm going to look him up right now. I'm not looking him up right now, but I'm going to try to get this guy from Fresno on the show. Here, make a note of that.
You better not be in Scientology.
No, he's a musician, dude. He's pretty cool, man. He has a song because he fell in love with the Time Lady.
Eddie Vedder. Are you going to get Eddie Vedder on?
We will probably not get Eddie Vedder on. But I'm going to try to get Brian Kenny Fresno on. He opened up for a band. Like, he opened up for my friend's band. This is a guitar, one instrument. Yeah, you gotta see him. Anyway, he's more entertaining in person. More intensity, less feeling. He does have a song about the time lady because he falls in love with the lady who tells him the time on the phone. And when I saw him in concert, he had passed out raisins to the crowd. He had like a goblet of raisins, and he went around the crowd and gave everybody raisins to eat.
That's blue fruit snacks.
Blue Fruit Snacks used to do that, yeah. I'm just trying to get everybody to stop watching.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah. Or what time is it?
Time to probably say goodbye to the people at home, I guess, if that's what we're going to do. I mean,
What you want to do is just smoke pot? I gotta tell her to shut the vacuum cleaner off. We can just have the Zoom. I'll just leave it on. You'll have it like a Zoom room. And watch me play with the village. Chester, I know you're hungry. Mom's avoiding you? Yeah.
you know, folks.
Oh, we're live. Forgot.
Well, I don't know, Phil. You had a good time tonight?
Yes, John.
Had a good time, too. I hope that everybody out there had a good time.
Everybody have a good Friday night. Have a good weekend.
Pass it around. If you got one to roll, share it with friends.
Yeah, eat good food, healthy food, if you like. Have a nice drink. Doesn't have to be alcoholic. Hang out with friends. Watch a movie if you like. Go see music. Go outside, start a fire. Go meet friends. Hug your animals. Play good music.
We certainly hope everybody has a really good Christmas. We'll see you next week, though. Because we'll be here doing our things we always do.
I'll see you at Shoe Fest, Holiday Jam at Martyrs, December 10th.
Not me, though, probably. It's too far. But I like to wish I could go at some point, but I'm not going to. Go out and wrap presents for people. I'm just going to... Now I'm playing with sound. Here, cheers to the Blue Squid.
I gotta go make a cocktail.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. Tune in next Friday at 4 p.m. We have musical guests. Might not have Phil, but we'll have musical guests.
It'll be close.
I'll be at